In Europe, fishing is an emotional issue. Brexit only made negotiations between the EU and the UK even more complicated. But now both parties have negotiated a solution, so another Christmas miracle, like last year. After tough negotiations, the EU and Great Britain have agreed on catches for fish. Specifically, it is about how many tons of seafood from jointly managed stocks, including from the North Sea, can be brought ashore in 2022 without exacerbating overfishing. With a view to ecologically sensible limits, the environmental organization Oceana criticizes, for example, that certain catches are above the amounts recommended by scientists as sustainable. These included herring west of Scotland, whiting in the Irish Sea, or cod in the Celtic Sea south of Ireland. There is often heated and emotional discussion about fishing in Europe. After Brexit, negotiations on catches in the EU had become all the more complicated. As part of the withdrawal agreement, both parties agreed to hold annual talks in order to set quotas and catches for the following year. On the EU side, these are managed by the EU Commission. The size of the catch depends, among other things, on international obligations, scientific recommendation, and in this case for ecologically acceptable catches, and the economic situation of fishermen. The EU countries still have to formally approve the agreement, but I'll come to that in this video, because the most relevant catches for Germany for 2022 had already been decided in negotiations between the EU and Norway and the United Kingdom. The German Fisheries Association praised the EU Commission last Wednesday. The EU negotiators deserve respect that they got this far before the end of the year and that they can start fishing in January. It was quite clear that it would be more difficult after Brexit. Now we are at least on the way to a new normal. This also means that the British negotiated always hard and tricky, as they said. Oceana also praised the fact that the agreement would offer stability for 2022 and welcomed it in principle. The Council of the EU endorsed the EU agreement on fishing opportunities for 2022, paving the way for EU fishermen to exercise their fishing rights in the Atlantic and in the North Sea. The decision sets out fishing rights for around 100 jointly managed fish stocks in EU and UK waters, including the total allowable catch, the so-called TAC, for each species. At the meeting of the Council Agriculture and Fisheries from December 12th and 13th it was, and on December 1st, ministers set provisional tax for jointly managed fish stocks with the UK, which will apply until the results of the EU-UK consultations are now active. These catch limits will be amended to take account of this new agreement that we have now. After the UK left the EU, the fish stocks jointly managed by the EU and the UK are considered to be common resources under international law. The Trade and Cooperation Agreement between the two parties sets out the conditions under which the EU and the UK determine their respective fishing rights in the Atlantic and North Sea. Under the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, both parties agree, as I said, to hold annual discussions on setting tax and on setting quotas for the following year. The consultations are led by the Commission and take into account a number of factors. Those factors include, for example, international obligations, the recommended maximum sustainable yield, the MSY, for each species to ensure the long-term sustainability of the fishery in line with the common fisheries policy, and it includes the best available scientific advice, or if such advice is not available, the precautionary approach. And it includes the necessary protection of fishermen's livelihood. The Council provides the Commission with political guidance throughout the negotiation process and formally approves the final agreement. And now I also have a little bit of information for you that has nothing to do with fisheries, because this is my last video until Monday, don't worry. Because this year I'll take 2 days off for Christmas for once, and never done this before. But after more than 3,000 videos on all of my channels this year, I'll treat myself to that. Incidentally, in Germany today is the day on which we open our presents. In the UK it's different, and in Germany both Christmas days are public holidays as well. If you have very special traditions for Christmas, please write them in the comments. I'm always curious to see if and how my audience will celebrate Christmas or not. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I still wish you a quiet weekend and some rest. But don't end the video now. I have a special treat for you if you want to get into, let's say, more of a Christmas mood. And the end of the videos will be different in every video today on all the channels. So enjoy. Don't fight, be festive. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël, Frohlich Kerstfest und frohe Weihnachten.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide